Hi, welcome back to On the Grids with Kandi. So today I'm just doing some channeling and some guided stuffs to say. Um, if you're new to my throat chakra, woo. If you're new to my channel, my name is Kandi. I am an intuitive healer. I'm a psychic. But I work with kids and families, and I train dogs, and I do art, and I do all kinds of things. And on this channel, I try to show what integration looks like with all of them. So the word multifaceted keeps getting thrown around, but the reality is are these layers. You have all these layers. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you can only be good at one thing. It's not true. We all are this layered. So I have two channels, this one and Miss Candy's Land, which you can catch the link on. And in that, I unfolded layers. I came to you as a habilitation specialist and a teacher and a supporter, for what you're going through with your kids and your life. And then I started to slowly come into the channeling and the healing and all these things. But when I did that, I would try to leave the other layers out, and then on this channel, as it gets more and more, now I'm reading cards and, showing you all these layers, even the protective ones. There's one video where I say, I'm beautiful AF, right? Because I'm showing you my protection. People are always asking me, Kandi, how are you so protected? How can all these bad things happen? I'm showing you. If you watch the videos, I show you an ascension. The last ascension I went through, it was over this last year. And so I started filming over a year ago. And so I filmed an entire ascension. I also filmed an actual rejuvenation, in my outer appearance. But that's because my inner appearance became more whole, more bright, but it also put up some protections. I used to want to help everybody all the time. I kind of said something in another video about how we think, good things happen to bad people, or people who have a lot of bad things happen to them must have terrible karma. There's religions and whole countries that base their systems on, if you have a child that has special needs, then you have bad karma, and they make your life hard. Like, you can't work where you want to work and live where you want to live and do things that you want to do because we live in a toxic environment, and our kids are being born with more issues, right? And somehow that's your karma, right? Layers. There's so many layers to literally everything. That's why I needed to come and show my layers, and that I know they exist, and that I have peeled them apart to become a well-balanced person, right? Never going to be normal, but I am a balanced, mostly tranquil person, but I also have boundaries. So a second, they're like, the shirts, they're just yelling. Okay, so this video, they want me to talk about my wardrobe. Anyway, so silly. Again, outer appearance. Let me tell you how intentional that I am as a human being in my everyday. This is how I clock into the cosmos, okay? And that's where my abundance comes from, right? I'm in a beautiful cabin again this weekend, and I'm not trying to rub it in anybody's face. I'm trying to say you can have this too. And some spiritual leaders do not like this. They hold it against you that you don't know that anyone can can come in and embrace their gifts, because it's their livelihood, right? So everyone can learn to read, right? How long did it take for us to admit that? How many people do we say, they can't learn to read? I mean, this is so in every facet. That's why it's so important to pull all your layers and see everything that you're good at. Give it a shot. If you think you might be good at it, give it a shot. Don't let society tell you can only be good at one thing, or you're stepping outside your lane and all this stuff, okay? Okay? Everyone on the planet is multifaceted and layered and gifted. And spiritual leaders get mad because they want you to go through them to get to God, or they want you to pay them to get the spell broken, or they want you, to give them accolades while they spread that having that is wrong, or they judge people who, seem to do the same thing that they do. All they have time for is judgment. You have to see this in your spiritual leaders. You have to see it. That they want you to just keep coming back to them. And I'm telling you, I didn't make this channel to be famous or rich or any of the, I'm rich. I have everything I ever want and need whenever I want and need it. And it comes through other people. It comes through, it comes from the cosmos, right? It's manifestation, right? And it, like I said, it comes from all areas. It comes from everywhere, all these different streams. They are all, you know, ordained or whatever by the Most High to rain down on me when I need them, right? So it comes from everywhere. It comes from everywhere. And some spiritual leaders don't see it this way. They just see like, you need to come to them, get their help because you're not smart, right? And then, of course, they never want anyone to find out the secret that you can all just figure this out yourself, right? So I didn't make this channel for you to come to me or any of that. I'm just here to say, here's what I did, here's what I know, here's what I've been through, you know, here's how I live, to get your mind thinking about that for yourself, And I do energy readings and all that. I charge $1 an hour because I'm not trying to use what I have against you. I want you to come into your own so that we arrive together, right? There's no competition here. It's just, I want the whole vibration of the planet to come up. And my job is to simplify. So I'm not going to come out here and tell you all these long, you know, words and look up things. That's other people's jobs. I'm not saying that they're wrong. I'm saying that's not my job. My job is to just, you know, I've been a teacher, a preschool teacher, and a tutor, and a rehabilitation specialist for special needs children, and I've trained dogs and stuff like that. So that's why my way is different, because I was teaching children how to ascend, right? And the Most High said some adults need to hear it on this level too, because they're just so asleep. So that's just my job. And then you're supposed to go out here and do it all on your own. You can support me and keep watching me, and I love it. And I welcome all you new subscribers. I encourage you to interact with me and leave messages. Tell me your perspective, even if you hate what you see. I'm not looking for accolades. I'm not looking for people to love me or any of that. It's not about that. It's about a shared space of community. I'm no more important here than you, even though I'm the one on the TV. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I want you to tell your story. I want you on TV if people have really harmed you. It's time that the world sees what the world actually is. Okay? And the only way it's ever going to find out is if we open our mouths, right? And then we all start building what we actually wish we would have had or want to see now. And so it brings me back to the shirts. Everything I do is completely intentional. I love to wear dresses. I'm a dress girl and a sweater girl, and you know, like, I love that stuff. But this channel, I had to wear shirts for collectives I was in. There are specific people that are in specific collectives that I know. You know, they're not all of them are in my life, but I know them, right? And my love never stops. You know, whether you're in my everyday life or not. Unconditional, on Miss Candy's Land, I talk about what is unconditional love, because it's the hardest one to nail down. What could someone do for you to stop loving them? There's nothing. Everything that's been done to me, I still love those people, and I want them to vibe higher. Now, I don't want to hang out with them. I'm not trying to rekindle. I'm not trying to do anything. Like ex-husbands, they're my friends. I rented my mother-in-law's house at one point with a new husband. Like, I can get along with anyone who's not trying to hurt me, right? And you can even ignore me, but I will still love. I will still love you. I will still send hugs to the haters, like my card says, and pray they choose love, whether that's on a 3D by telling you beautiful things about that are true about yourself. I'm not even going to just pretend. I'm telling you the truth, you know, and it's beautiful. And I just don't hold back, because that's what's wrong with this society. We're always holding back. We're always holding back, and it's the ego. So the shirts. So not coming out here in my beautiful clothes. I wear these shirts, and I'm like Charlie Brown. I only have a few, but more are coming, because there's for collectives. They're for specific people that I know, whether I talk to them or not. I'm saying, I'm in your collective today. I'm in your collective today, and I'm thinking of you. And if you want to know what your shirt is, all you gotta do is comment down below and ask, and I'll tell you. And if you don't want me to tell you in public, because there's gonna be a lot of videos with yours, you know, just let me know. I'll email you. I'll tell you. Whatever. But even if you've never met me, you can say, Kandi, what shirt's my collective? And I'll be able to tell you. Okay? My videos are a little bit shorter now, because I'm monetizing the channel. I did not foresee Miss Candy's Land doing what it did. It's got more subscribers than this channel. I don't even post there anymore. Didn't pay for that. Didn't see that coming. It came to me out of love. And that's what I'm telling you guys. Love. Love brings the money. Not holding back brings the money. It always will. You'll always be taken care of. But remember, not everything is your fault. You are loved. And I love you too.